you, as a coach, he landed in a really cool place. So, Hannah and Brooke have been doing a great job, and Brittany as well. But that's only because you guys are here. So, super, super cool. On that note, we're still working on our super activity. I've been communicating with the GM of the Phoenix Suns, another guy I'm working with. He knows the GM of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and we got some of the cool conversations on for this super event. And it'll be like a lifetime memorable kind of day for you guys. So keep doing what you're doing, keep showing up. Also, last thing is always looking for like internships. And if you guys are looking for jobs, people want to hire people like you that show up and care about your lives. And that's something we want to put on the website and give local employers a place to find really, really solid young adults and give them really, really cool jobs. So that's something we have simmering on the back burner, but something we're super excited about. So anyways, just want to do that. But yeah, sorry to take your time there, guys.
You are all good.
You're all
Thank you,
good,
Shane.
Shane.
And actually, I'm glad you spoke on that. So Doug Karras, he actually reached out to me. They have a program that he wanted to let people know about. It's I think both this internship that Shane's talking about and this other program that Doug is wanted me to pitch to everyone, and is really kind of like a cool experience for anyone who has some more entrepreneurial spirit. So Doug Karras is a friend of Shane's, and he owns this huge painting company. I think it's literally called Arizona Painting Company. Anyways, so Doug, he was wanting me to let you guys know about a program. He's looking for young adults ages 10 to 20 that either have a business or have an idea and want to start a business, but need help with some funding to get going, because he was going to pick one or two people and give out about $1,000 as a part of their Yes program for anyone who has a business idea or wants to start a business or anything like that and is really serious about it. So it's not guaranteed, but he's going to be picking 1 to 2 people who are interested in that. And so if anyone is feeling entrepreneurial, anything like that, let me know, and I can send you the flyer so that you can apply for that, because I think that's a cool experience if that's on any of your radars, along with this internship that Shane's talking about. They both be very valuable. Well, before as we just kind of get started, wait for a few more people to leak in. Let's do highs and lows of the month. It's been a month. And what you're looking forward to this upcoming month. And then we'll jump into just everything we wanted to talk about this hour. Ross and Libby, will you start us off with a high and low from the month, and then something you're looking forward to this month?
All right. Let's see. High and low. Right now we are currently making our dinner, so sorry.
Kind of delicious.
Anyway, sorry. Hi, Bastian.
I would say my high is I was working on an online class, honors world history, and I finished my first semester, like last week, and so that felt nice to have that off my shoulders and be done with that. I mean, I still got the second semester, but that's half of the whole everything gone, and so that feels really good to not have that weighing me down a little bit.
High for me would be that was not the last.
It's been since the last board room meeting, hasn't it?
Well, I guess since the last board room meeting, My high was I went on an HXP trip to Cambodia, so that was like the best thing ever.
Wow.
And but that was like end of June, so I can't even remember what happened in the last month. But yeah.
You visited us. But I guess that
Yes,
wasn't
my
a
high
high.
was having sushi at Burke's house and seeing him graduate.
That's right. We're graduated from college this last week, so we're happy for him.
Well, thank you guys. We'll get to my highs and lows later. But then what were your lows?
Oh, my low is that I started EVIT last week, and it's not fun.
My low is just finishing the first semester and then realizing that I have another semester to do.
True,
So-
true.
That's about it.
Awesome. We'll actually just do highs just because we've got quite a few people in here, and so we can just jump right into the stuff. But awesome highs. Libby, Ross, Cambodia was awesome. Glad you're done with your online class. Seems like Ross is always doing homework, even in the summer. It's crazy. But who wants to go next? Adam, would you be down to go next?
Yeah. I think the highs this month is that I'm reading scriptures consistently for 3 weeks and went to the temple yesterday. Yeah, and it just felt really good just being around and doing those habits and just being in that environment. So
That's awesome.
Good for you, Adam.
Way to be consistent. I think that's the hardest thing. And it feels good being consistent, but it's hard. So good job, Adam. That's awesome, man.
thank you.
Here in the middle column on our screen, we have Jaden. Jaden, do you want to share your high? And then Anthony, will you go after?
My high is that I can still do things even with my broken toe. Like I work out still, and I went to the temple yesterday.
Good for you. Making it work. Making it work. All right, Anthony.
I signed up for college classes and I met with 2 advisors for
Nice.
Cool.
Dude, that's
Good for you.
awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna start with the end in mind. We're gonna be talking about that today. Good work. All right, Kyler. Kyler, is he hiding?
Okay.
Oh, right.
Probably my high is I don't know.
Kyler's been talking about wanting to play football for a long time, and we just got him some pads and
Oh,
a helmet
yeah.
yesterday. So it's been a long time coming. So he's getting ready to jump into the gridiron this week and get the snot beat out of him and beat the tar out of some other guys.
There you go. That's the spirit.
There we go. Man, yeah. If you ever want to toss a football, we got a football. You know, if you need someone to throw with, just let us know. If I'm available, you can come over. It's a little far from your house, but Shane, what about you? What's your high for the month?
I'll take my time just to throw a plug in for something else. Libby went to Cambodia. Were you there in January when Ben Dodge spoke about Costa Rica, Libby? Yes, no. You were there? Yeah.
She was there.
Yeah. If Caden spoke like not this year, but the previous year about just going the extra 100 miles. But if something like that comes up, public speaking it's scary as can be, but if you feel like you can put together a really good message, it's going to impact a lot of people. Like we'll invite you. We actually want some young adult speakers, like 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 18, 20, something like that. But if that comes up and you feel like you're really steamrolling with a really good story and some really good pictures and something that would really interest and inspire a lot of people, even some of the adults in the room, which Cambodia is like, I'm sure Brittany can say the same thing, and Hannah and Burke, like as adults, are like, wow, that's really cool. That had to be freaking awesome. So I'm sure people would love to hear stories like that or other ones. So if that's ever a thing for any of you guys, definitely put your name in the hat for. It's a great resume builder. It's a great leadership builder. So always keep that on your horizon.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks, Shane. All right, Caden, what do you got? High of the month.
All right. So I don't know if this counts for a high or a low, but I got my wisdom teeth out.
Maybe a little
Yeah.
bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably got you high to get your wisdom teeth out, right? That's awesome, man. Were you kind of loopy for a little bit?
I guess a little bit, but I don't know.
Right on.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was like my sister. She's older than Libby, and her name's Ellie. She couldn't wait to get her wisdom teeth out because she wanted to. You can kind of say whatever you want when you've got that, whatever, the anesthesia or whatever they call it. She was looking forward to being unfiltered and seeing what she said while she was on those drugs, I guess you could call them. But glad that's out of the way.
Yeah.
Then okay, and we got Keaton here. What's up, man? We're just going through highs. High of the month.
Yeah. I'm starting cross country tomorrow.
Nice.
Got some early mornings. Good luck.
No. It's like after school thing.
Oh,
Awesome.
then it'll be nice and hot. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be really cool.
All right, last but not least, 3 girls. Bella. Who's with you, Bella?
This is McKenna and Scarlett.
Sorry, we were muted. Yes. You know
Bella,
Scarlett.
Scarlett, and McKenna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And what was your guys' highs?
My high, yesterday we went paddleboarding at nighttime with glow sticks.
That's fun. Down the Salt River?
We just went to the lake.
Cool. That's fun. All right, McKenna or Scarlett?
Mine was getting all my college classes done. Signing up for all my college classes.
Good
My
for
mom did it, but it's done now.
Good for you.
That's cool. Glad they're out of the way.
All right, Scarlett.
Mine was McKenna coming home from our mission.
Fun. Okay, McKenna, you're the one that just got home.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
good
were
for you.
you were in Germany?
Yeah, I was mostly in Switzerland, but yeah, that was part of my mission too.
Nice.
Right
Welcome
on.
back. Auf
Thanks.
Wiedersehen. Right?
Guten Tag.
That is fine. And good afternoon. Good job, guys.
Nope, that's all I got. That's all I got. So
Perfect.
cool. Well, hey, looks like we all had some pretty good moments. I guess our highs were married now. Well,
We got
I'll
married.
speak for me. My high is
Oh
that
yeah.
I got married. I don't know if that's her high or not, but
Yeah, it was a pretty good day. Pretty good high of the month. So feeling good.
But we'll go ahead and we'll jump into we're on habit 2, begin with the end in mind.
So those people who haven't joined yet, we need our books. If you don't have your book, you need something to write on or your phone handy to write with.
Yep, we're gonna be doing a workshop for most of our time that has to do with helping us to learn how to begin with the end in mind. So yeah, if you have a pencil, pen, your phone, whatever, that you can type up some sort of a mission statement with, that's what we'll be leading into. But to start off, Hannah's gonna share screen real quick.
Sorry here. Hold on. Okay.
Oh,
I need to.
oh, there you go.
There we go. All right. Can you guys see what it's saying right there? Begin with the end in mind.
Yeah,
Yep. Bella, give me a thumbs up if you can see begin with the end in mind. Okay, cool.
awesome.
We can just see you on our screen right now.
Yeah. So before we really jump into what it means to begin with the end in mind, there immediately after reading through the chapter and just reading through what it meant to begin with the end in mind, there was a clip from Alice in Wonderland that if you really are thinking about beginning with the end in mind, the Cheshire Cat, he gives a quote that explains why it's so important. So we're going to share that clip really quick, and then we're going to talk a little bit after about what it means to begin with the end in mind, and like how we can begin with the end in mind, why it's important. So
Hey, and if we start playing this and you cannot hear it, please stop us.
yeah.
Oh,
Let's just jump to, yeah, there you go.
Let's see. Where was I? Which way I ought to go? Now, where in the world do you suppose that? Lose some. Oh, well, I was no, I mean, I was just wondering.
Oh, that's quite all right. One moment, please. Ooh. Second chorus. It was brilliant, and the slithy toes did beguile and fell in the way.
Why, you're a cat.
A Cheshire cat, all a mimsy. Oh, what a border goes.
Oh, wait, don't go, please.
Very well. Third chorus.
Oh, no. Thank you, but I just wanted to ask you which way I ought to go.
Well, that depends on where you want to get to.
Oh, it really doesn't matter. As long as I...
Then it really doesn't matter which way you go.
all right, so question we want to pose to you guys. Just first, we want to create this
If you only list your
Open.
vacation home on Airbnb, you might get someone looking for a little studio. But if you list it,
open discussion here. But what does it mean to begin with the end in mind? So as the cat was saying this, what did he mean begin with the end in mind?
Like to have a goal.
Okay, I like that, Libby. Yeah, have a goal. Did you guys notice that Alice said, well, I don't really know where I want to go. And then the cat was like, well, it doesn't really matter then what path you take. So if she had a goal, right, if she knew where she was going, the cat could then better direct her.
Yeah, exactly. Libby, I think that was perfect. It really, like, having a goal, having a vision for where you want to go. Why do you guys think that it's so important that we have a vision for where we want to go? Why can't we just, take it day by day and just kind of go with the wind?
There's a really cool, I think I showed it to you guys before, maybe I'll put it on the chat. It's called Frog Logic. It's a Navy SEAL who shares some lessons, but he says you can't wake up every morning without some kind of a goal and think that you're going to accomplish anything of significance. Like it's like waking up and thinking, oh, like maybe like this watch is going to put itself together on my windowsill if I just pour some water on some dirt. Like unless you have something that you're intentional about, it's nothing really good of consequence is going to happen over time and consistently.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate
100%.
that. Does anyone have anything else to add to that?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
The day will control you if you do not have the agenda. So if you do not have your own agenda, you'll go with someone else's or something else's or wherever you feel like going instead of where you actually want to go.
Oh, thanks. That's really
Yeah,
well said.
that is a really good point. Brittany, go ahead. Sorry, I was almost cut you off.
No, I was gonna say just about the same thing that Adam did. A lot of times in life, we start to place blame on others when really should we be placing blame on ourselves because we're letting life happen to us instead of being a part of life or being proactive in life. And so when you wake up without a goal or 5 things that you want to accomplish that day, then you're not going to get those done and life is just going to happen to you. And so at the end of the day, you're just going to be like, oh, I didn't get anything done or whatever. And then you can feel bad about it or good about it, whichever one. But if you don't have a goal and if you don't have a list of things that you want to do during that day, like Adam just said, it's going to happen to you. You're going to lose control. But when you have a set agenda for those things that you need to accomplish, then you are less likely to let life happen to you and to take control of your own life. So.
Yeah, I love that. That's actually exactly what I was wanting to get at, and took the words right out of my mouth. Letting life happen to you. I think we've already talked about living intentionally and things like that. But it's so important that we have goals. It's so important that we have aspirations, because like it was talking about in Alice in Wonderland, you know, she goes like, where should I go? And he goes, well, or she goes, what road should I take? And he's like, well, where do you want to go? Like, and then she goes, it doesn't really matter to me, you know, where I go. And then he's like, well, it doesn't matter which road you take then, because if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision, it's not, you're still going to do things, but they're not going to be moving you in the direction that you're ultimately wanting to end up. And so if you don't have a direction that you're trying to get to, then it doesn't matter if you end up here, if you end up here, if you end up here, because it doesn't matter where you go. And so a vision, goals, an agenda, things like that, living intentionally and not letting life happen to you, that is a huge part. And it makes sense why it's the second habit in 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, because once you have that vision and once you have that goal, then as you learn all these other habits and apply it to that vision, then it's going to set all of us up for huge success.
And so something that Sean Covey talks about that really helps him keep the end in mind is a personal mission statement. And, you know, his mission statement, he says, is like his model for life. It's his blueprint, what he lives by, etc. And so that's what we want to do with you guys today, is help you go through and create your own mission statement. All right. And so if we can turn, really quick, we have a few examples of a mission statement that he shows in the book, just to get you guys some ideas. Okay, so this person's mission statement are just bullet points of some of their goals. All right, so set reachable goals, never lose sight of those goals, speak with your actions, not with your words, make time to help those. Okay, that's an example of a mission statement. All right, a few others we want to show you guys. I really like this one on the right, kind of more like I am statements or I will statements. And read those every day. And those are things that you want to be or who you want to become. You can also take the approach of a keyword, one word that you want to base your life off of, and then create like an acronym based off that word that ties into that main word. So this example here is respect, religion, education, succeeding, productive, exercise, caring, truthful. All right. So this is kind of our end in mind for today. What we want you guys to create is these mission statements. And now we're going to walk through what Sean Covey does. He creates a little workshop in the book for you that we're going to walk through together to help us create a mission statement of the values of things that we hold close to our heart, you know, of who we are and really who we want to become. So as we're keeping this end in mind of who we want to become, we're going to create a mission statement that's going to help us get us there.
Yeah. And really quick, before we jump into that, just by like a raise of hands, how many of you know what you want to do when you grow up? Ooh, there you go. What do you want to do when you grow up? Is that Keaton? It's blurry.
Oh, a cop.
You want to be a cop? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you already know what you want to do when you grow up, because I had no idea what I wanted to do when I grow up. And to be honest, sometimes I still don't know what I want to do 10 years from now, you know? But as I was going,
I just want to say, Bert just changed what he wanted to do about 6 months ago.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, Shane was there. Shane was in the thick of that. But the point is, it's really hard to come up with an idea of what you want your life to look like, and what you want to do when you grow up, what you want to do for a career, like different goals and aspirations. And so this workshop is going to do a really good job of helping break down the kind of person that you want to be, what you want to, just what you want your life to look like. Because if we just think about it on our own, sometimes it's hard to really know what direction that we want to go. And so we hope that by the end of this, that you guys have a better idea of, 10 years from now, where you'd like to be.
So if you have your books, go to page 86. All right. Go to page 86. If you do not have a book, we will be showing everything here on the screen for you, and you can just write down the questions. So
Hannah?
Oh, yes.
Sorry. There is like a big stripe right through your screen. It's on mine. It's on the girls. I don't know if it's on anybody else's. But we can't even see the words that you've got there. Look at your phone. I sent you a picture, Burke, of what it looks like. Do you guys all have it, or is it just me?
Oh,
I think
that's interesting. Okay, is it moving around? Like, is it now at the
It
bottom?
does
of the
move.
screen?
Yeah, it does move a little.
Okay, that's interesting. That's you guys. So we're just gonna have to minimize you guys really small. Is that okay? Is it now a small little square?
Oh, I see what you're, yeah,
So
okay.
we can't see all of you guys. So if you have something to say, just kind of peek up or raise your hand or something. Okay, does that work?
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you for letting us know.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, so on the Great Discovery, it takes us through 10 different things where it's kind of just diving into who you are and who you want to become. So number one, so everyone, it looks like this, right? And I was filling it out earlier. Okay, and there's some lines right below for you to respond to. And we're planning on taking about 1 to 2 minutes for each question here. All right, first question is, think of a person who made a positive difference in your life. What qualities does that person have that you would like to develop? So take a second, and then we'll share who we thought. All right, so I just want to give you guys one example from me. I chose my grandma Ander. And one thing that quality I love about her is she is so focused on the gospel and strong family values, and mainly just family history. She inspired me with my family history. So that's someone for me of qualities that I like that I want to incorporate.
We'll give everyone about 30 more seconds, and then we'll jump on to the next one.
All right, we're gonna head to number 2.
And number two says, imagine 20 years from now, you are surrounded by the most important people in your life. Who are they and what are you doing? And what I had picked for this is my closest friends and my family, which I'm sure that's probably similar to a lot of your guys's, but what are you going to be doing with your family, with your friends 20 years from now? For me, I had said we're raising families, we're meeting up often, comfortable financially, all pushing each other to be a little bit better in every area of our life. And so we'll give you about a minute and a half to think a little bit about who those people are that you're going to want to be around 20 years from now and what you'd like to be doing with them.
Does anyone need more time? That was about a minute. We're just trying to gauge time here. Is a minute good? We need a minute and a half. Minute's pretty good. Okay. The third one is if a steel beam 6 inches wide were placed across two skyscrapers, for what would you be willing to cross? $1,000, $1,000,000, a pet, a brother, fame. Like what would make you want to cross that beam? All right. For me, something that I put was my family. Like if I knew that my family was in trouble or needed something on the other side of that skyscraper, I'm hauling across that beam. And I'd maybe do it for $1,000,000 too. So give you guys a minute. Go ahead and think about what would get you across that beam.
All right. Hopefully that was enough time for that one. The fourth question is if you could spend one day in a great library studying anything you wanted, what would it be? And for me, I said I would pick to read about real estate, money, or self-improvement books. Those are the main podcasts and things I listen to. And so like I could eat that stuff up. But what would you study if you had an entire day with all the information in the world at your fingertips? We'll give you probably like 45 seconds for this one.
All right, we're gonna head to number 5. And this one I really enjoyed doing. But it says list 10 things you love to do. It could seriously be anything: web design, dance, freestyle, rapping, Pinterest browsing, eating ethnic foods, daydreaming, anything you absolutely love to do. So, for example, mine takes on quite a variety. I like to play soccer, I like to read, I like eating good food, and I enjoy working. And so, those are just a few of mine. We'll give you about 45 seconds again for this one.
Yeah, and it'll probably be hard to get all 10 in 45 seconds, but you can just finish the rest of that once we're done on your own time.
All right, heading on to number 6.
So number 6 is describe a time when you were deeply inspired. Any time that just like the limit on your thinking was taken away and you just like wanted to go out and conquer the world. For me, I follow a guy named Jesse Itzler on social media, and he ran an ultra marathon at like age 52 or something like that. I think it was around 100 miles that he did, just running, and it made me want to run through a brick wall. So yeah, we'll give you 45 seconds for this, and then we'll be on to the next one.
All right, that's time for that one. Sorry, we're kind of going through these quick. We just want to introduce you to them. We could spend a couple hours doing this activity. But heading to number 7 on the next page, we're on page 88. It says 5 years from now, a major news site is going to be doing a featured piece on you, and they want to interview 3 people you're close to. Who are they, and what would you want them to say about you? So a few of those people to me would be Burke, one of my coworkers, and maybe someone from my family. And something that I would hope that they would say about me is that I treated people with kindness. That when someone talked to me, they knew that I cared about them. So that's something, little snippet, maybe a little vulnerable here sharing that, but something for me. I will give you guys 45 seconds for this.
All right. Then number 8 is think of something that represents you: a flower, a song, an animal. Why does it represent you? To give you an example, I picked a campfire because You know, the sparks, the smoke, it's kind of unpredictable. You don't know where it's going to go. I'm kind of unpredictable sometimes, but I keep you warm. So there you go. We'll give you 45 seconds, and then we've got 2 more questions after this.
All right, moving on to number 9. This is probably one of my favorite ones. But if you could spend an hour with any person who ever lived, who would that be? Why that person? And what would you ask them? I'm a history teacher and I love George Washington. So I would love to spend an hour with him just because I think what he was able to do for this country, the obstacles he was able to overcome, his humility. Sorry, you guys got me going about George Washington. I'll stop there, but that's who I would spend my hour with.
All right. The last question. Everyone has one or more talents. Which one are you good at? Or which ones are you good at? The examples it gives in here are good with numbers, good with words, creative thinking, athletics, making things happen, sensing needs. There's so many talents that we all have. So we're going to give you 45 seconds just to jot down some of your talents. We all know you have them. And then we will kind of cap things off by sharing what our mission statement turned into.
All right. Okay. Sorry, we kind of had to rush through this a little bit. And just due to time, if you guys, as you read, it shows things you can do to help create yours. We wanted to show our mission statements here really quick as we went through this activity. So mine is similar to the example I showed you, but mine is my relationship with Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ is my top priority. I value relationships and maintaining those. I seek to serve others and do my best to help others. I work to stay physically fit so that I can do the activities that I want. And I strive to view, cannot see it, something, it was something, oh, life in a positive, view life in a positive light and see the best in others and the world.
Yep. And you guys can see mine, but we hope that, well, I guess we want to invite you guys to do your own mission statement. Finish up whatever you weren't able to write down. Just doing our speed run of the discovery of creating your own mission statement. And we're going to pick on, well, we'll invite some volunteers for next month to share a little bits and pieces of your own mission statement. So that way we can just stay accountable to each other, because seriously, with a mission statement, with a vision, goals, you can accomplish anything in this world. And vice versa, if you don't have those visions and goals, it's going to be really hard to get where you want to be. So hopefully this was able to help you guys understand a little bit more what you want to be and who you want to be, where you want to be 10, 20 years from now. But we'll turn the rest of the time over to Brittany, and thank you guys.
Okay, am I on? I'm on mute, or I'm good. I don't think I'm on mute. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, I am just going to try and share this with you. Okay, so we talked a little bit about mission statements. I think it's really important to, like Burke and Hannah said, start with the end in mind. We call this reverse engineering. So if you know where you want to go, then you can find ways and different avenues in order to get there. But if you don't know where you want to go, just like the Cheshire Cat says, it doesn't matter where you go. The world will happen to you, and you'll find that you are unhappy because you're not taking control of your own life. So once you decide where these goals are that you want to do, so let's take, for example, last night when we were signing McKenna up for classes, we were talking about, what do you want to be when you grow up? What are the kinds of things that interest you? And she had a couple of different options in mind, and has for a while. One being like dental hygiene. The other, I was like, well, why don't you just be a nurse? It's so easy. I mean, it's not easy, but like there's a lot of variety to it. So once you decide what you want to be, and I wrote down a couple of things that maybe would apply to you guys. I want to be a nurse. I want to marry somebody. I want to marry a good guy, but like maybe you guys want to marry a good girl, whatever. And then I also put for you, maybe you want to go on a mission. Maybe you want to do those things. And then something more immediate. I want to graduate from high school. I want to have good friends. In order to do that, you kind of have to have a plan, right? If you want good friends, you have to define what a good friend is to you. If you want to be a doctor, you have to decide what classes you're going to take now, because if you aren't, getting if you aren't getting good grades, if you don't know what you want to study in your undergrad, if you don't even know what med school you want to go to, you don't even know how to go there. If you don't, you want to just set that goal in mind so that you can go ahead and reverse engineer those. And what you do is you break them down into little teeny tiny steps. Now, once we get those steps, what you're going to have to do is overcome obstacles, because once you know which way you're going to go, just like, I don't know if Alice in Wonderland ever decided what way she wanted to go, but whichever way she chose, there were still obstacles along the way that she had to overcome. I guess some of them would be like eating the small bread, which made her tiny, and then the other bread that made her big. So she had to overcome some of those obstacles. So I just wanted to share, I'm going to share my screen a little differently than I have before. Not gonna lie, I'm a little out of practice with this, so let's try that. Here we go. Okay. So what we want to do is we found our mission statement, right? So now we want to be able to say, we want to reverse engineer some of that. So if you want to have good friends, or let's say we're starting in this new year. So some of us want to play football. Some of us want to get good grades, right? We have to do those things that will lead to that in the end. So we want to write down all the obstacles and strategies that we need to overcome in order to do that. What you want to do is think of how you'll feel when you finish that goal, because when you are thinking about getting there, it's going to be really hard to do those things every single day that you have to do in order to live a purposeful life. Sometimes I just want to wake up and I just want to scroll my phone, or I just want to lay in bed, or I just want to watch movies. or whatever. But if I succumb to those desires that I want to do, those aren't going to get me to my goal. So I need to have some ways to, I need to have some specific things that I need to do every day in order to accomplish the goals that I'm setting. And I also, in those moments when I'm like, I would just rather sit and watch Netflix, I need to remember how I'm going to feel when I do accomplish that goal. I need to remember how I'm going to feel when I do get accepted into a college, when I do get accepted into, like when I do get my mission call, let's say, when I do graduate from high school, when I do get that A on the test, so that it can motivate me past watching Netflix or scrolling my phone or being distracted. So what we want to do is figure out a way to, I don't know if I have a slide for this, overcome obstacles. So what we want to do is make a list of all the things that are going to be in our way. And then we're going to write specifically, we're going to have 2 columns. So we're going to have all the things that are going to get in our way of our goals, and then all of the things that we're going to do in order to overcome those. And what we want to do is set that goal and be really specific. We want to write down the reasons that we won't do it and how we're going to overcome those. And then we're going to say, okay, now how are we going to overcome it when we don't want to do it? What are we going to do? Well, we're going to wake up every morning and we're going to have 5 things that we need to do. We talked about this in our first class, the 5 things that we needed to do every day. So if we stick with that, then we can get to where we want to go. And then we want to just keep trying. We're going to fail every single day. And that's okay. I think that we need to normalize failure. I think we need to know that it's okay, because everybody fails. When we fail, we eventually succeed. At least when we fail, we know the wrong way to do it. So we have actually succeeded. We've said, okay, well, that didn't work. We're not going to do that again, because you wouldn't keep doing the same thing that they kept failing, right? Like you're not gonna, we always say, oh, it was in the last place that I found it. I was looking for my keys and it was in the last place that I found it. Well, you're not gonna keep looking for your keys if you've already found it. So it's kind of like the same principle. And then you win if you don't quit. So we wanna make sure that we don't quit. I loved going through this exercise and putting together our mission statement. Really what this does, you guys, is it gives you kind of a roadmap to your life. It tells you the things that you want to do. When I had to answer that question on what would you do to walk across the skyscrapers, I was all nothing. I don't want anything for that. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. And then I'm like, okay, well, what's the context of the book? The context of the book is, am I willing to take a risk? Am I willing to go out on a limb? Am I willing to do something hard? And so I was like, okay, well, I guess if my kids were on the other side, I guess I would go get them, but I wouldn't do it for $1 million. But why wouldn't I do it for $1 million if in the context of the book? Anyways, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that, because I'm not a risk taker, right? And so I'm going to choose things that are different than the things that you guys choose. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. But I really love that there is this roadmap, because as you go through and you look through the things that are important to you, you become like the 5 people that you hang out with. And those people are going to be the 3 people that you chose, or should be, right? Like if somebody in 5 years is going to tell you all the things about you, or tell the world as in an interview about you, you want to make sure that those are the 5 people that you've been hanging out with, that know you, that you've become like. And then, as I was going through, I did see that, I did kind of see the things that were important to me. Just like Brooke and Hannah, they were kind of the same. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys tonight. We want to know what our mission statement is, because it's really important, because it's going to get us where we want to go. It's going to set the path. It's going to set the tone. It's going to keep those things that are important to you at the forefront of your brains. And you're going to be able to work through any obstacles that come your way. So I'll turn the time back over to you guys, Brooke and Hannah.
Awesome.
Yeah, hey, thank you, Brittany. Appreciate what you guys were doing here today. Just a reminder, our commitment to you guys is create that mission statement. So we went through and listed all the things that are important to us, what we want out of life, and now we're taking that and creating a mission statement. And you can do that however you want.
Yep. And a mission statement is great. A mission statement's awesome, but it's nothing if you don't apply what Brittany talked about. I think it's so important. Like kind of what the phrases that came to mind were set goals, make plans, set goals, make plans, and really to follow through on that. But thank you guys so much for coming. Like Hannah said, please do the mission statement, really take it to heart, because it can make a really big impact on your life if you let it. And we'll ask a couple people throughout the month to share theirs at the next boardroom meeting. And so hope if you really don't feel comfortable, you can let us know. But if we reach out to you throughout the month, it's probably to share that at the boardroom meeting. So thank you guys so much for hopping on, for taking an hour. Seriously, it's really cool to see all of you guys here trying to make your lives a little bit better, and I applaud you for that. So Shane, was there any last things that you wanted to share, or anything to go over, or are we?
Yeah, thanks, and great job, guys. Great job to all of you. And just, you don't notice that you're nurturing the tree and it's going to bring forth lots of fruits, but it will. I can't tell you. I have a sticker here. Kind of sitting at my $1 million desk. It was free on the curb, and I have a check for a note for $1,000 daily bill rate. This is from like 3 years ago for our business, not for Best Life, but we're way past that. Just a post-it note I made. But really, the things you're doing today, you're going to create a future. So keep at it. Invitation to you, finish these, and we're going to have a meeting. It's called like a survey interest group, and we want to have you guys over to our office in a real boardroom. And kind of your ticket to get in is finishing like a vision board or your mission statement and bringing that with you. And we're going to have like pizza, and we actually have a Nintendo Switch there, and we'll get we'll have like a really cool speaker that everybody would love to hear come just talk about some cool stuff. And then maybe go bowling at the bowling alley behind us, and that'll just be all on us for all of you guys. But it's a little scholarship for you guys to keep pushing and keep doing what's right for what I think, and why you guys are here and what you're creating in your lives. So keep that up, and we'll get you more details about that in the future.
Awesome. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I hope you guys all can make that. And if anyone can beat Ross in Super Smash Brothers, please, because I can't. So thank you guys so much. We'll let you get back to your night, and we'll catch you next month.
See you guys.
Bye,
Good
guys.
luck to those starting school this week, and to those who had already started. You got this.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.